So what happened? I was out of my depth, so my first port of call was my associate teacher. The next time she saw the class, she gave them a right telling off. She brought it back to the basket. We're all good at different things, and we all need help with other things. She made it clear that everyone in the class would at some point throughout the year be involved in a group, such as our grammar group. She also said that anyone caught bullying would be speaking to the principal, and I think this put the fear of God in them. After this, the students' perception of the group picked up, like a phoenix out of the ashes. The boys returned to their normal boisterous selves and really seemed to renew their efforts. They had decided to take advantage of the targeted teaching that was available to them. They started working very hard, and the results of their comprehension exercise at the end were pretty good. In terms of motivational theory, value expectancy is a really great one to look at. Value expectancy, according to McInerney 2010, is motivation as a result of expecting and valuing success. For the girls, the more they realised that they weren't just doing it, but they were doing it well, the more optimistic they became. Their self-efficacy was enhanced. They no longer saw the grammar group or grammar itself as a difficult or inaccessible topic for them, and not altogether boring either. And in the final comprehension exercise, the girls did very, very well. In terms of value expectancy for the boys, it was more about failure avoidance. They'd been faced with poor results from the in-class comprehension exercise in the area of grammar, and they had developed several coping mechanisms to minimise the effect on their self-esteem. One boy in particular had self-handicapping strategies. "Oh, miss, I just didn't have time to do my homework." This provided a regular excuse for avoiding failure, and sometimes he didn't even turn up. Unfortunately, at the last lesson of our tutorials, he still threw in the C word. Our cabbage had come back to revisit us. So my associate teacher had really not managed to change his perception, and really had just silenced his perception of the group. So as a final word on the students' perception of the grammar group, we went from this basket of fruit to this cabbage, and back to our gorgeous basket again, with only a tiny bit of the cabbage.